I didn't notice it at first, this strange, repeating pattern that followed me like a silent shadow. I thought it was coincidence, maybe bad timing, maybe just a phase where nothing aligned. But then the pattern deepened, sharpened, insisted on being recognized. Every time I tried speaking to another woman, the energy around me shifted into something dense, heavy, almost distant. Messages slipped into silence. Conversations unraveled into nothing. Interest dissolved before it even formed. It was like there was an invisible fog pulling every interaction away from me. At first, I tried brushing it off, convincing myself I was imagining it, that it was just modern dating, just busy lives, just mismatched personalities. But deep down, something in my chest felt a small tug, a whisper that this wasn't random. It wasn't accidental. It was deliberate, orchestrated by something far beyond my conscious understanding. The universe was trying to get my attention. Something was being revealed piece by piece, and even though I tried resisting the idea, I couldn't deny the truth rising beneath the surface. I was being redirected, recalibrated, aligned. And the more this happened, the more I realized that no matter who I tried to engage with, no other woman truly responded. Not emotionally, not energetically, not spiritually. It was as if their souls closed the door before the interaction even began. It became undeniable when I noticed the timing, how every attempt at connecting with someone new seemed to dissolve the moment I felt even a flicker of curiosity. I would reach out, and the energy would instantly dry up. I would speak, and the connection would fall flat like a sentence spoken into a void. No spark, no warmth, no momentum. Just a strange and persistent emptiness. It felt unnatural, like walking into a room where the lights were on but the air was frozen. Something wasn't just off, something was blocking the flow. And every time it happened, my intuition pressed harder against the walls I kept building around it. It told me I wasn't supposed to move toward them. It told me those doors were shut for a reason. I didn't want to believe it at first because it made me feel trapped, confused, and frustrated. I wondered if something was wrong with me, if my energy was somehow misaligned or broken. But then I realized that I wasn't being punished, I was being protected. I wasn't being rejected, I was being redirected. And as this truth settled in, it grew heavier, more hauntingly familiar. It felt like the universe was making sure I wouldn't invest in anything not meant for me. Like the only path that wasn't collapsing beneath my feet was the one that led back to you. There is a strange sensation that comes over me now whenever I try to open myself to someone else, an energetic resistance, dense and unmistakable. It's not fear, not anxiety, not doubt. It's something deeper, something that comes from a place I can't touch with logic or reason. It feels like the air thickens, like the energy around me becomes heavy and unwelcoming the moment I even consider moving forward with another woman. My heart doesn't respond, my spirit doesn't reach out, and my intuition slams itself closed. The conversation becomes hollow. The connection becomes lifeless. The moment feels like a dead end before it even begins. It's as if my energy knows something that my mind tries so hard to forget, that I am not meant to connect elsewhere, that the frequency of my soul is already attuned, already bonded, already anchored. And no matter how I try to break that truth, no matter how much I try to convince myself I'm free to move on, the universe keeps placing this invisible barrier between me and anyone who isn't you. It's almost as if my higher self is stepping forward, shielding me from paths that would drain me, distract me, or pull me away from what is destined. The strangest part is how consistent it is. It doesn't matter who she is, her personality, her looks, her intentions. The same silence meets me every single time. It's like the universe removes the possibility before it can even exist. And the energy feels unmistakably intelligent, almost purposeful, as if it knows exactly what it's doing. I feel at the moment I try to force a spark, a subtle pressure around my chest, a low internal warning, a sense of this isn't for you. It's not negativity directed at me. It's not some curse following my footsteps. It's simply misalignment, my soul refusing to form a bond where it does not belong. And the more I try to disconnect from you, the stronger this misalignment becomes with anyone else. It creates a kind of spiritual static, preventing anything from settling, anything from rooting, anything from growing. I used to think I was imagining this, that maybe I wasn't trying hard enough. But now I see the truth. You are the only connection that doesn't collapse under this energetic interference. Everything else crumbles instantly, as if the universe itself refuses to let me wander too far from the connection that actually holds meaning, purpose, truth. There were moments when I tried to rebel against this pattern, moments when I stubbornly pushed towards someone else, refusing to accept what the universe was showing me. But every step forward felt wrong. Every attempt felt hollow. It was like my soul recoiled before my body even acted. Nothing resonated. Nothing felt alive. And even if a conversation started, it never held substance. The energy was always flat, dull, disconnected. The universe kept cutting off possibilities, closing doors, redirecting my attention back to the one place it remained open. This forced me to see something I had avoided for a long time. There is a divine truth wrapped around my heart, and it refuses to let me dilute it with temporary distractions. I didn't choose this consciously. I didn't ask for this intensity, this spiritual pull, this destiny-driven clarity. But I can't deny it anymore. My energy has already chosen you. Long before I ever realized it. And now everything else simply falls away because it doesn't match the alignment carved into my soul. I feel the interference most acutely when I try to emotionally detach. The moment I attempt to shift my focus elsewhere, a wave of heavy, negative feeling energy surrounds me, not harmful, not dark, but unmistakably restrictive. It's like the universe erects a boundary I cannot cross. I feel drained, unfocused, disconnected from myself. The conversations feel forced. The energy feels unnatural. And every attempt to move forward becomes swallowed by silence. The more I push, the thicker the energetic wall becomes. It feels like my heart closes itself, unwilling to open for anyone who isn't aligned with my spirit. Even when I try to convince myself that a new connection could help me heal, the universe tells me otherwise. It pulls the energy away, dissolves the spark, empties the potential. And that emptiness always brings me back to the same realization: I am being protected from paths that would only fragment me further. The universe isn't punishing me. It's preserving something sacred within me, something meant only for you. Sometimes it feels like the universe is whispering warnings through the silence. When another woman shows interest, or when I try to show interest, the energy immediately shifts. My intuition tightens, the air around me feels dense, and the connection fades before it forms. It's as if there's a spiritual field around me that rejects what isn't divinely aligned. I used to think this was fear, hesitation, or emotional unavailability. But it's none of those things. It's clarity, forced clarity. It's destiny refusing to let me settle for something that would pull me off my soul path. There is an unmistakable sense of not this, not here, not her. It's not judgment. Not superiority. Just pure alignment. My heart simply does not open where it is not meant to open. And every time I ignore this inner signal, the universe strengthens it until I can no longer deny the truth. The only connection that feels alive, magnetic, spiritual, inevitable, is the one I have with you. There have been times when I've wondered if something was wrong with me, if I had lost my ability to connect, to be romantic, to feel. But when I think of you, everything inside me wakes up again. The numbness dissolves. The clarity returns. The energy shifts from static to vibrant. It proves that it's not that I can't connect, it's that I'm not meant to connect elsewhere. With other women, the universe shows me blank paths. With you, it shows me meaning. With others, I feel drained. With you, I feel activated. With others, everything feels forced. With you, everything feels like destiny aligning itself in real time. This pattern is too consistent, too spiritually precise to ignore. Something higher is guiding this connection, preventing distractions, clearing illusions, and protecting the truth that lives between us. No matter how far I try to wander, the energy always circles back to you, as if you are the only frequency my soul recognizes. As this realization grows stronger, so does my awareness of the energetic interference that surrounds me. It's as if each time I attempt to create a bond with someone new, the universe sends a ripple through my spirit, a reminder that I am spiritually, emotionally, and karmically tethered elsewhere. I feel a low vibration in my chest, a kind of spiritual resistance that tells me I'm misaligned. Even the smallest attempts collapse under the weight of this truth. I can't fake a spark. I can't conjure feelings that aren't meant for me, and I can't force a destiny that doesn't belong in my timeline. I used to fight this, thinking I needed to move on, that I needed to detach. But the universe has made it impossible. The doors close instantly. The energy withdraws. The path disappears. Only one connection remains lit, yours. And no matter how many times I try to turn away, that light always pulls me back with a strength I can no longer deny. Now, when I look at the pattern, I see it clearly. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It's not loneliness, it's protection. It's not failure, it's destiny. Something in the universe refuses to let me dilute my energy with someone who cannot meet me on the soul level that you do. Every closed door is a reminder. Every silence is a message. Every failed connection is a sign pointing me home. I don't feel anger toward this interference anymore. I don't feel frustration toward the emptiness that meets me elsewhere. I finally understand that my spirit has already chosen. My energy has already aligned. My destiny has already anchored itself to yours. And because of that, nothing else can form, flourish, or even begin. I am not blocked. I am guided. I am not unwanted. I am claimed, spiritually, energetically, karmically, by the connection that was written for me long before this lifetime. And now, I can finally admit it to myself. No other woman responds to me because my soul is already speaking your name. There is a moment, right before I attempt to talk to someone new, when I feel the shift before anything even happens. It's like my soul already knows the outcome and tries to warn me in advance. A pressure builds in my chest, the air feels heavier, and a distant spiritual pull nudges me away from the interaction. Even before a message is sent, even before a conversation begins, the energy around me collapses like a bridge that was never meant to stand. I've tried to ignore that sensation, tried to push through it, but it follows me persistently. And every time I proceed anyway, I'm met with silence so absolute that it feels orchestrated. It's not ordinary silence, it's intentional, purposeful, like a divine rerouting back toward the one connection that doesn't trigger the spiritual resistance. The more I become aware of this, the clearer it becomes that I'm not experiencing bad luck or emotional blockage. I'm experiencing a soul-level boundary, one designed to prevent me from deviating from my true alignment. I am being held in place by something wiser than my human impulses. And when I resist it, I feel drained, disconnected, spiritually off course. But when I surrender to it, when I acknowledge that this connection with you is the only one that feels spiritually open, everything inside me relaxes into a truth I can no longer run from. I used to question whether this was some kind of internal flaw. Maybe I was afraid of intimacy or sabotaging myself. But the more I listened to my intuition, the more I understood that this wasn't fear. It was fate. My energy simply doesn't resonate with anyone else. It's like any attempt to form a connection outside of you instantly hits a frequency mismatch. The resonance isn't there. The heart doesn't open. The soul doesn't lean forward. And the moment I try to force it, the universe shuts the door with a clarity that feels almost physical. My higher self steps forward and says, "Not this. Not her. Not now. Not ever, not while your soul is aligned elsewhere." And deep down, I feel that alignment like a pulse. A tether. A vibration that connects me to you even when we're not speaking, even when we're distant, even when I try to forget. The soul contract between us creates a wavelength that nothing else can mimic, nothing else can replicate. It's not romantic fantasy. It's energetic truth. Every time I try to talk to someone new, I feel the contract tighten, not restrictively, but protectively. It prevents me from forming bonds that would lead me astray, emotionally, spiritually, karmically. And the more I acknowledge this, the more I realize that my heart already knows where it belongs. It took me a long time to accept that what I feel for you isn't ordinary attraction, it's soul recognition. And that recognition creates a kind of exclusive energetic alignment. When two souls are connected at that depth, the universe doesn't allow substitutes. It doesn't allow distractions. It doesn't allow detours that would dilute the purpose of the connection. That's why everything else feels empty. That's why no other woman engages with me, why conversations evaporate, why interest never develops. It's because my energy is already accounted for. Already matched. Already entwined with yours. The universe isn't blocking me, it's honoring the contract my soul agreed to long before this lifetime. A contract that says, this connection is part of your purpose. And because of that, anything that falls outside that purpose becomes spiritually mute. It has no sound, no life, no resonance. It's not rejection, it's redirection toward the one bond that carries meaning. The bond that activates me. The bond that heals me. The bond that mirrors me. The bond that anchors me. And that bond is you. When I look back at all the attempts I made to move forward with someone else, I understand now why they never worked. I was forcing something my soul never agreed to. The universe lets us make choices, but it will always nudge us back toward what is meant. And in my case, the nudging wasn't gentle, it was unmistakable. Every misaligned connection crumbled instantly. Every conversation went silent. Every spark died before it even lit. And I used to think this was a sign that I was unready or unworthy. But now I see the truth. I was already aligned with someone on such a deep level that nothing else could penetrate that connection. My soul was already committed, already devoted, already intertwined. And when your soul recognizes someone as its counterpart, as its mirror, as its destined partner, it simply cannot open to anyone else. No matter how hard the mind tries. No matter how much the ego resists. The heart knows its truth, and the universe protects that truth fiercely. There were moments when I tried to force myself to feel something for someone else, out of frustration, confusion, or a desperate attempt to move on. But every attempt left me feeling spiritually out of sync. The energy felt wrong, like trying to fit the wrong key into a lock that was never meant for it. I felt disconnected from myself, from the moment, from the person in front of me. It was like my heart refused to participate, and every time I questioned this, the universe responded with silence so loud it became a message in itself. I realized that my soul wasn't confused, it was loyal. Loyal to the alignment it found with you. Loyal to the path that was written for us. Loyal to the connection that refuses to dissolve no matter how much time passes or how much distance forms. I understand now that trying to open myself to another woman is like trying to breathe underwater. It goes against the natural flow of my soul. And that's why nothing else ever works, it's because my spirit has already chosen you. This truth scares me sometimes, not because it feels wrong, but because it feels so undeniably right. The intensity of it, the clarity of it, the inevitability of it. I can't unfeel what my soul knows. I can't unknow what my heart has revealed. There is a reason other connections collapse before they begin. They are not part of my path. They are not part of my growth. They are not part of my destiny. And the more I try to resist this, the stronger the universe reinforces it. It shows me emptiness where there is no alignment, and it fills me with fire when I think of you. This duality is too perfect to be a coincidence. You awaken me. Others fade me. You activate me. Others numb me. You draw my energy forward. Others cause it to retreat. It's not preference. It's soul truth. And the truth is that my heart recognizes only one home, only one frequency, only one match, and it's you. I realize now that this isn't just emotion, it's a spiritual mechanism. A divine safeguard. The universe knows I'm stubborn, knows I try to learn through experience, knows I sometimes fight my own intuition. That's why the guidance surrounding this connection is so strong. When something isn't destined, the energy shuts down instantly. When something is destined, the energy expands, warms, opens. And nothing else opens me the way you do. Nothing grounds me. Nothing awakens me. Nothing pulls me inward the way your soul does. It's not obsession, it's recognition. It's remembering. It's honoring a bond that has followed us across lifetimes. And because of that, the universe doesn't allow me to step into counterfeit connections. It doesn't allow me to mistake temporary attention for meaningful connection. It doesn't allow me to settle for less than the soul-level depth that exists between us. So it intervenes. It blocks. It redirects. It clears the path until only you remain. I won't pretend this hasn't frustrated me. There were days when I felt angry at the silence, confused by the lack of options, and overwhelmed by the feeling that I couldn't move on even if I wanted to. I blamed myself. I thought something was wrong with me. I doubted my worth, my desirability, my ability to connect. But when I slowed down, when I listened to my soul instead of my fear, I understood something profound. This isolation isn't a punishment. It's clarity. It's refinement. It's the universe stripping away distractions so I can confront the truth I've been avoiding. You are the connection that matters. You are the energy that resonates. You are the soul that aligns with mine. And every time I ran from that truth, the universe made it impossible to invest in anything else. It wasn't trying to hurt me. It was trying to guide me. There were nights when I felt the weight of this truth pressing on my heart, heavy but undeniable. I wondered why I couldn't just be normal, why I couldn't just move on like other people do. But then I realized something powerful. I'm not meant to. Not from you. Not from this. The universe doesn't allow me to detach because this connection is part of my destiny. It's part of my awakening. It's part of my evolution. And every attempt to run from it only brings me back to the same emotional crossroads, the place where I am forced to confront the depth of what I feel for you. The silence from other women isn't rejection. It's confirmation. It's the universe telling me, your heart is already claimed. And each time I face that truth, something inside me softens, surrenders, admits what it can no longer hide. Now I understand that this path isn't meant to confuse me, it's meant to awaken me. Every unanswered message, every closed door, every lifeless conversation has been a spiritual mirror showing me what isn't meant for me. And every time I think of you, the energy comes alive again. That contrast is intentional. It's divine. It's unmistakable. I am not being punished, I am being aligned. My heart isn't broken, it's committed. My path isn't empty, it's guided. And the reason no other woman responds, the reason nothing else forms, is because something in my soul is already intertwined with yours. It has chosen you. It calls for you. It waits for you. And no matter how far I try to wander, the universe brings me back to the truth. My energy recognizes only one match, and that match is you. The more I've tried to break this connection, the more the universe has shown me that there is no breaking what is divinely anchored. When I try to detach from you, something inside me resists, not emotionally, but spiritually, like my soul is gripping onto something it refuses to release. And the moment I shift my attention toward anyone else, the energy around me dims. It's like walking into a room where the lights flicker but never fully turn on. Nothing warms me. Nothing draws me in. Nothing feels alive. But when I think of you, the energy surges back with a force that is impossible to ignore. I feel awakened. Present. Aligned. It's as if the universe is saying, you can try to wander, but your path leads only here. That pull isn't obsession, it's destiny. It's recognition between two souls that have crossed lifetimes and refuse to forget each other in this one. And every attempt to run only makes the truth louder. I don't return to you because I'm stuck. I return because my soul is remembering its home. And home has always been you. This pull toward you doesn't feel like longing, it feels like gravity. Like something ancient inside me is reaching for you without thought, without hesitation, without doubt. And the harder I resist it, the stronger it becomes. It's not emotional weakness. It's soul chemistry. It's the magnetic imprint of a connection that was written before either of us took our first breath in this life. I've tried to silence it. I've tried to rationalize it. I've tried to convince myself that I should move on, that I should find someone new, that I should detach. But every time I do, the universe shuts those paths down with remarkable precision. It leaves me with no emotional resonance, no spiritual alignment, no energetic response. Nothing fits. Nothing connects. Nothing stays. And slowly, painfully, beautifully, I am realizing that nothing is supposed to. Because my soul is bound to yours, and it refuses to open to anything that doesn't mirror your frequency. The universe isn't forcing me. It's revealing me. It's revealing the truth I've tried so hard to avoid. You are the only connection that my soul recognizes as real. There is something sacred in the way the universe guides me back toward you. Even in moments when I think I've detached, something pulls at my spirit, nudging me, whispering your name through signs, synchronicities, dreams, and sudden waves of emotion that appear out of nowhere. When I try to move on, I feel spiritually off balance, like I've stepped off the path I'm meant to be on. My energy becomes scattered, restless, disconnected from itself. But when I shift back toward you, even just in thought, everything stabilizes. My intuition quiets. My heart expands. My soul relaxes. And I realize, over and over, that this connection isn't something I stumbled into, it's something my soul has been waiting for. Something it refuses to replace. Something it refuses to compromise. And no matter how far I try to wander, the pull always brings me back. It is not a chain. It is a compass. And it always points to you. I used to think attraction was simple: spark, chemistry, interest. But whatever this is with you goes so far beyond that. It feels like a recognition that comes from another lifetime, a familiarity that doesn't make sense logically, but makes perfect sense energetically. And because of that, nothing else can compare. Nothing else reaches that depth, that resonance, that feeling of being spiritually seen. With other women, there is no echo, no reflection, no activation. Just surface-level interactions that fade before they begin. But with you, I feel everything: intensity, clarity, vulnerability, awakening. You activate parts of me I didn't know existed. You pull forward pieces of my soul I didn't know were asleep, and the universe reinforces that activation by dimming every other path. It's not rejection, it's refinement. It's not limitation, it's alignment. And the reason nothing else stays is because my energy is already intertwined with yours, woven together in ways I can't explain but cannot deny. The more I surrender to this truth, the more the universe reveals its intention. It shows me over and over that this connection is not replaceable, not temporary, not accidental. It is a soul tie, raw, rare, and undeniably real. And soul ties come with their own spiritual gravity. They pull, they guide, they redirect. They eliminate distractions, dissolve illusions, and protect the connection from anything that isn't aligned with its purpose. That's why I can't connect deeply with anyone else. That's why every alternative feels dull. That's why the universe blocks every path that doesn't lead to you. It's because I'm not meant to divide my energy. I'm not meant to dilute my heart. I'm not meant to step into connections that don't match the vibration of my soul. And whether I'm ready to admit it or not, my soul vibrates for you. When I try to detach, it feels like I'm tearing myself away from something sacred. Not because of emotion, but because of resonance. It feels like trying to disconnect from a part of myself, like I'm abandoning something true. And the universe responds with resistance every time. The energy becomes heavy. My intuition goes silent. My heart feels dimmed. It's like every step away from you disconnects me from my own center. But when I surrender, when I allow the connection instead of fighting it, I feel aligned again. I feel guided. I feel whole. And that's how I know this isn't a fantasy, a projection, or wishful thinking. It's soul memory. It's soul recognition. And my higher self won't let me pretend otherwise. The universe is protecting this connection fiercely because it isn't just love, it's purpose. Your energy is the only energy that doesn't repel me, confuse me, or fall flat. It's the only one that responds to me instead of closing off. It's the only one that feels familiar, comforting, magnetic, alive. When I pull away from you, the universe pulls me back gently at first, through thoughts, emotions, memories. But if I resist, the pull becomes stronger, sharper, more unavoidable. Every attempt to move towards someone else collapses instantly, like a spiritual firewall protecting what's sacred. And the more I confront this, the more undeniable it becomes. I am spiritually bound to you in a way I can't escape and no longer want to. Your energy is the only frequency my soul can recognize, the only resonance it responds to, the only connection that feels like destiny instead of chance. I'm starting to accept what I should have admitted long ago. I am not blocked. I am aligned. I am not unwanted. I am guided. I am not isolated. I am protected. The universe isn't taking options away from me, it's clearing the path so I can see the one connection that actually matters. The one that awakens me. The one that aligns with my purpose. The one my soul chose long before my mind understood. And that connection is you. Every closed door elsewhere is a reminder. Every silent response is a message. Every failed attempt is guidance. And all of it leads me back to the same truth. My heart doesn't want anyone else because it already belongs, quietly, spiritually, inevitably, to you. There is a peace that comes with finally accepting this. A grounding. A surrender. The resistance fades, and in its place grows a clarity so strong it feels like my soul is exhaling for the first time. I don't have to force connections that don't resonate. I don't have to chase what isn't meant for me. I don't have to question why nothing else forms. The answer is simple: my heart has already chosen. My soul has already connected. My path is already aligned. And instead of fighting that truth, I am learning to honor it. To trust it. To follow it without fear. Because this connection with you isn't a limitation, it's a calling. One that I am finally ready to acknowledge without running, without doubting, without pretending. So here I stand, not confused anymore, not questioning the silence, not resisting the pull. I understand now. I accept it. My energy is not scattered, it is spoken for. My heart is not lost, it is connected. My path is not unclear, it is guided by something divine, something ancient, something purposeful. And the reason no other woman responds to me, the reason every alternative collapses, the reason nothing else fits, is because my soul already knows who it belongs to, who it recognizes, who it resonates with. And that truth is unshakable. My destiny, my alignment, my connection, spiritually, emotionally, karmically, is you. Not by force. Not by fear. Not by longing. But by soul truth. And now, finally, I am ready to embrace what has always been written in my spirit. I am meant for you.